Hey gang, how's it going? Krauss here with another video. Nothing too much happening really lately with the latest update. I seem to have gone through all the quests. But anyway, in this video we are going to focus on something that it has been thrown around a lot in the forums, on Facebook. It's basically about upgrading the gear. So I'm just going to try and cover what I know and what I've learned mostly. So let's get right through it. So first of all, gear is one of the primary ways to upgrade your stats, develop your character, because every time you upgrade a stat, like for example, if you increase your attack by 400, you just multiply that by 4, you're probably gonna end up with 1,600 more in cap, something like that. Because I know for a fact that with some of the stats there, if you add 1 point to, let's say, attack, it adds 4 to the cap. All right. Now let's go into this gear interface. All right. Now, how do you get to what do you call in Crown of Four Kingdoms the fortification screen? That's basically where you do all the upgrades. First method: click on the inventory, click on an item, and then click on the Fortify tab. Right? Simple. If not, you can also click on your avatar, and then click on your bag, and then the same thing. Right? Third way: click on your avatar, and then click on Fortify, and then click on Fortify. So it's amazing if you still get lost after all that. Now, when you go into the fortification screen, right? There's some things that you need to know about fortifying stuff before you get into the actual deal of upgrading your gear. So when we're saying fortification, we're saying upgrading. All right. There's 6 different types of gear in the game, and I can show you that real quick by going into my bag. Right. So you've got, first of all, you've got your primary, or well, let's not talk your primary class weapon type, and then your advanced class weapon type. You've also, so that's 2 different kinds of what do you call this, types of gear. You've also got your weapons on the left side, right? You've got your accessories, and you've got your trophies, and then you've got your relic. All right, so that's 6 different types. You've got your primary weapon, your advanced class weapon, armor, accessories, trophies, and artifact. All right, so all of these except for the trophy, I know you can pretty much upgrade or evolve, right? So let's go and check this out real quick. Let's go back to the gear, right? So there's some things that you need to know about the gear interface or the gear window. First of all, you've got the color, right? So this is basically the quality. It starts from white, right? Goes up to blue, and then green, purple, orange, purple, and then yellow, which I don't have because I'm not poor. I'm not rich. And then these colors actually correlate to the number of stars that are on them. So for white, you've got 1 star. You've got 2 stars for blue, 3 stars for green, and then orange is still gonna have 3 stars. When you go up to purple, you've got 4 stars, and then gold will give you 5 stars for a maximum, and that's basically where it is at the moment. All right, so what do these stars mean? Every time you upgrade, let's say in your fortification menu, every time you reach a star, the increase in the stats becomes bigger. So if you, for example, if you're upgrading from no stars to 1 star, most likely going to give you an increase in stats in the primary stat, like anywhere in the range from 3 to 5, I think. And then when you get to the 2nd star, it's going to bump that up to 7 to 9, and then the 3rd star, that's after orange. So you basically during purple, after you pass the 3rd star, it's gonna upgrade like 30 points per level. Right, and it's basically the same trend going up to gold. All right, so let's go back into this interface. So you now know that the quality is basically the color of the of the weapon or the armor, and then you've got, let's say, the class that actually uses it, there's a little indicator here that says that you can evolve it. So if you click on here, it says you can't. There's what do you call this? There's no note. All right. I'm not sure why it doesn't say it, but I'm pretty sure you can, because if you go here to your evolve screen, I can select it. Right. Anyway, let's go back to the point. And then you've got white, white stat over here. This is the base stat of the gear. Orange is basically the added stat on top of the white stat. So this is what you get as a bonus from fortifying the gear or upgrading the gear. Then you've got these green stats, which is only for weapons and armor. These stats actually greatly increase your stats because they're percentage based and they scale with your base stats. The way that you can unlock this is, let's see if we can get orange. There you go. So if I evolve this to purple, I'm gonna unlock this and get a huge boost to my cap or my defense. All right, and then if I unlock this if I evolve this to gold, I'm gonna get a bonus of crit, crit damage. So this is a massive bonus to my cap as well. All right, so that's the main reason why, if you look in the rankings, everybody on the top is actually focusing on these, these gears here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although you'll see some purple, some purples, you're most likely gonna see, yellow gear and then purple gear here. So they basically focus on the left side first because of these bonuses, right? And that's the main difference, because with your artifacts, not your artifacts, with your trophies, you only get like this one bonus here, and fortifying it or evolving it is just going to give you like an increase, a flat stat to whatever base it is. So it's basically, this one's going to be defense, this one's going to be evasion. It's just that flat stat which is going to add to your overall. Unlike in the gear, adds a scaling attribute, and that works well as you level up. It also scales up. So focus on this first. Forget about upgrading these. Do these last, right? So, and then even if we've got like a full set of level 60 purple gear here, still wouldn't advise you to go and upgrade these, because there's still level 70 gear, which is I think the highest that you can get in the game at the moment, or 75 75 from some of the hell mode instances. All right, so that's it. Basically, those are the numbers that you need to understand. We're not going to cover the stones or the enchantments. And then you basically upgrade these, or go into fortification. Your main ingredient is going to be equipment scrolls and equipment scroll 2s. All right, so equipment scrolls just going to give you 400 experience, and then the advanced scrolls will give you 1,000. All right, so big jump there. Where do you get these scrolls? Well, like your bread and butter is going to be through recycling gear, and your main source of gear, all right, is through your instances, your story instances. You'll get a ton of gear from doing all of these, right? Other sources would be by doing of gear would be by doing guild raids. That's in here. So every time you finish a guild raid, you get a chance to get some gear. Right? Be careful though. I'm not sure if the gear that you get from the gear from these raids is actually stronger than the normal gear you get outside of it. I haven't gotten the gear. Like, let's say for example, I'm not sure if this is going to be stronger than gear that you get outside of the game at the same level and quality, right? So one other instance aside from story instances is the Abyss over here. This gives you a ton of rings. Of course, you're just gonna choose the best one that you can equip. The rest you can pretty much salvage or recycle. All right. You can also try farming, and this is only if you have a lot of stamina to burn, by going to your life skills and basically farming sail and perform. Forget about alchemy. I don't know. I'm not too impressed with this. The potions don't seem to give you the correct buff, or so I've noticed. All right. You also get like 3 tries in wanted. All right, 1 try here, 2 tries there, but you're probably gonna get like yeah, wings. Sorry about that. My bad. My bad. These are wings. Yeah. All right. So music, perform, and sail are a couple of ways that you can get, gear or farm gear passively. Let's say passively, is mean you don't have to actually play the mini game. You can go into the assign tab, right? And this is also a great way to to farm gold, but it's expensive stamina wise. The higher that your farming map is, so I'm on level 25, and that's the only reason why I'm staying on 25 is to get this, to get a level 60 necklace, right? Because my necklace at the moment is a low quality, a green necklace. It's level 60, but it can be better. It can be orange or I don't know, purple maybe. But I'm definitely not. This is what I was talking about earlier. I'm definitely not gonna upgrade and evolve this if I get another pearl necklace, a green pearl necklace. It's a waste of resources. I'd rather spend it on the left side. All right. So going back, life skills. More about this. So you're gonna spend a lot of stamina, and if you really want to focus on upgrading your gear and getting some stuff, right? You can go into the assign tab, and then set an assign duration. Notice that that's a 96 stamina, right? And this is just going to be for 1 go. Do not do this if you don't have heroes with these bonuses, right? Or else you're just wasting. You're just gonna waste your stamina, right? Send out your heroes with this +4 output to get more, to get more gear, or to get more loot. All right. Now, a caveat for this is that you're not guaranteed to get gear in every loot bag. This is where I said it's actually a good place to get money or gold, because you get those scraps which you can sell at the higher the map that you're farming. The more expensive the higher that those scraps sell for, right? Kind of looks like this, but this one is actually an artifact. So the same goes for music. Let's see, where is that again? Lifestyles and perform, right? So if you go to your highest, and you go and basically there's an equivalent for those, for the plus output, and that's, I think, the violin. Yeah. All right. So if you don't have any characters with these bonuses, and you just send out people like this, you're just wasting your stamina. So don't stay away from this. All right. You might be wondering, how do you get those skills? Just segue a little bit. Go to your hero panel. Choose a random hero who you have not upgraded yet. Oops, not this guy. I don't have her. Poor. Alright. This guy, for example. So she has Perform Knowledge 1. Just go here, refine, and do a specialty refine until replacing each one with a better, with a better skill as you go on. Take note, this can change. It's not, if it's music, it can change to sailing. So a little bit of trial and error there. All right. The highest I've seen it go is 5. Okay, so aside from those perform skills, you can also do it the pay to play method. Support the developers at the same time by going to the shop, into the utility menu, scrolling to the right, and waste. I'm not gonna say wasting. I'm gonna say investing. Investing your gems in buying these. I wouldn't, but if you have money to spare, who's stopping you, right? Right. And then for ES2, you go into the VIP shop, and then this is more expensive, 99 diamonds per pop. So you can go and get it that way. All right. Now, do you know, since most of the player base is actually not pay to play heavy, we're going to focus on how to get gear from story instances, right? And how to get gear effectively so that you don't burn out your stamina. The way I do it, all right, and I'm not suggesting that this is the best way, but for me it's been working for so far, is that I stop at a reasonable amount, right? I actually overlooked this one. I wasn't paying attention, but I don't do this as well, because 12 stamina, 5 tries, 60. So that's a lot of stamina going into just farming gears. I stop usually at Lost Ruins 1. And then all of these, I just leave it, right? Nobody, forget about the experience. You're just going to get stuck on level 70 as well, like everyone else. And there's alternate ways to get, experience, as you know. Just click on the card up on the top right, adding time in the video, so you can link to, go to my other videos. But going back to the instances, I'd rather use my stamina for other stuff, right? So I stop at Lost Ruins 1, and after finishing this, and then I just do a lost and found claim the next day, because all I'm really interested in here are the gears, right? I can also look, if I click on start, I didn't buy anything, right? Because like I said in my other videos, 20 gems, 4 tries, 80 gems. Actually much better off buying 100 stamina from the store for 50, and you have change. All right. And then this the same thing. So for normal, go all the way up, because 12, right? 8 to 12's my limit. The only time I actually go beyond 12, all right, or I would go beyond 12, is, for example, it had some gear that I need, like some stuff that I need to that's actually better, at a better level than what I have currently equipped. All right. Now, question: do you get more gear from running an instance compared to sweeping, right? So you've got these sweep tickets. Do you get more gear if you run it? No, you don't. It's the same thing, right? So might as well just, I tend to save this because, looking forward, let's say, for example, I've got my eyes on hell mode, these, because this is where my cap is closest to, and I'm probably gonna find a way to defeat this eventually with a lower cap. But this is what I'm reserving my sweepers for, because I don't want to, if I beat this, and I'm assuming I will beat this by luck, because so far my trials have been failing because these guys are ranged, and my previous tactic of running around does not work. But if I manage to beat them somehow, right? I want to be able to go back here and just sweep it. I don't want to go through that again. So I'm imagining this is going to be a very tremendous ordeal, because, that's what I've been, I've noticed in the past with my other videos. All right. Another question. Let's go back to gears. All right. So we talked about fortifying or recycling. So now you've got like a ton of gear, and you're gonna recycle stuff, or even in the process of doing those quests, you might have gotten a better piece of gear. Use that, and you've got your original stuff here. As you know, inlaid stones do not transfer automatically, right? Only the stars. What the question is, do you lose your inlaid stones if you recycle something with stones in it? So here's like a lucky stone inlay. Let's go ahead and do that. Bam, bam, right? And then I lose it. Is it this one? All right. So on this belt, I've got a lucky stone +2, and if you recycle this, you don't lose it. It actually goes back to your inventory. All right. So Sprite Clockwork waist belt. There it is. Recycle it. All right. Just show you my inventory. I don't have anything hidden. Recycle. Click on that. And mind you, I'm going to be wasting, like, let's not waste some XP. Let's just choose something else here so that I get 1 stone at least. 1 scroll. Bam. So I got my gem back. All right. So no, don't worry about that. You don't have to go in, unequip your inlaid gems every time you do a recycle. All right. So recycling values. Notice a while ago when I recycled, I wanted to pop in another one because there are certain recycle values to each of these gears, and it's pretty easy to remember because there are only 2. All right. You know that we know already that equipment scroll 1s they store 400 XP. Equipment scroll 2s store 1,000. Right. So that on this side of the equation, white gear store will give you 120 gear XP. Colored gear, doesn't matter if it's orange, green, blue. These will give you 200 gear XP back. All right, that's not a big difference. So don't what do you call this? Don't brush these off as trash. 120, 200. So that's just like 80 less than the blue gear. So treat your white gears as important as your blue gears, right? So that means that if you do this, right, and you hit recycle right away, you're probably wasting about, you could waste anything about 300, 100 to 300 XP because it rounds off to 400. And let's see, can we? This one's actually pretty exact. Now let's see if I add something. How do I play around with this? Come on. Let's get rid of the white gear, right? Get rid of the white gear. The white gear's messing us up. Bang. All right, so 2, 4, plus 9, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 times, what do you call this, 200. So that's 3,000. The math's right? So 200 XP for each of these pieces of gear because they're all colored. 15 pieces, so that's 3,000. And you get 3,000, 3 of these back. So that balances out, right? So let's say you weren't paying attention and you managed to put like 1, 2, 3, 2. So notice how this field did not update when I added these 2 in, right? It's not going to update either if you add another blue colored gear in because that's just 200 XP more. And it won't count. So you need to be careful when you're doing a recycle using your selection because it's going to add everything in there. So what you would do is basically, let's say you just hit your recycle or your selection button, and let's say you have like this kind of thing going on here. What you would do is just systematically get rid of stuff until this number changes and then put the last piece of equipment back in to get the full value. Because you're effectively going to waste 200 XP for nothing if you don't pay attention before you hit the recycle button, right? Okay, neat tip. What's the best combination of gear recycling? Excuse me. Wow, I have a bad cough. Um, it's basically five pieces of white gear and one colored gear. So, one colored gear, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're gonna get the full amount of XP of these gears back. All right, no wait, there's no wastage here. And you can repeat the process. Well, let's see, one colored gear, so 2, 4, and 5. Oh yeah, see, so that's already this is 800 XP, this is 1600 XP, so that's one. There's something wrong with my math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you can't do it. You can't do multiples of it. You have to do this like this combination first, right? So one colored gear, 5 white gears, right? If you want to do it all in one fell swoop, okay, let's put all those things back in. So this is 1600 XP, but it's only going to give you 1400 back. So you're going to lose 200 XP. So all you have to do is add another blue in, and it's going to give, this is going to tally out. So this is now 1800 XP, and this is going to be 1800 because 400 times 2. All right, so just pay attention to this interface before you hit recycle and stop wasting your gear. All right, what else can we cover on evolution? All right, so let's cover a little bit of evolution. I don't want to cover enchanting. Well, we could, but I don't want to cover this because this is heavily going to rely on your supply of these guys, which is pretty limited, unless you have a ton of gems to to follow. And basically, if you're a pay-to-win player, I don't really need to explain to you what this does. It's basically just unlock a bunch of stuff and get stronger, right? Probably follow that through in another video, but for now, let's just focus on these three. Right, so for evolving stuff, right, you need the same, we now have a better understanding first of what gear is, right, and how to fortify them, right. The reason why we need to cover that is because in order to evolve things, or gear, is that you need to have 2 pieces of gear that are the same level, right, same level, equip stage, the same quality, right? And both of them have to be maxed to with respect to their star level, right? So if I wanted to what do you call this, evolve my armor, all right, let's just pretend I wanted to. All right, what I would do is I would fortify this all the way up to the max, right? I don't want to do it right now because I've got my eyes set on this, because this is level 65. I want to purple this first before this one. But anyway, let's focus on this one first instead. All right, I have to have another piece of armor, right? Doesn't have to be shoes. Piece of armor at the same level. So I need a level 65 armor upgraded to max, same quality, right? It has to be orange, a level 65 orange armor, maxed out. Can't be anything else. Can't be a can't be a weapon, right? So if I were upgrading if I was going to upgrade my 4-star weapon to gold, I need a 4-star weapon. A purple 4-star level 60 weapon maxed out in stars to get this upgraded to gold. All right, Can't be a piece of armor, can't be a piece of an accessory. And I'm assuming that since that's the trend, and these are all armors, and because I don't see anyone on our server who has actually done this yet. But if I wanted to upgrade a ring, I'm assuming as well. Don't quote me on this, but two things I'm sure of. You're gonna need the same level, so gonna need a level 70 orange ring, orange accessory. Now I'm not sure if it still needs to be a ring, or it can be a necklace or a mantle, right? And for trophies, I'm not sure as well. But since these are not the least important, it's gonna take a while. Probably gonna get back to this, or I'm gonna update the video once I do figure that out. But for now, just focus on these, right? So use the same level, same quality armor for armors, and any weapon as well for weapons. Just make sure that they're they're maxed, and they have the same quality, and you should be able to, you should do fine, right? What else? Caveat, right? So let's say you're level 50, right? And you're looking at the stats, and you wanna upgrade evolve your weapon or your armor. Don't, because one thing that you don't get back, like let's say for a purple piece of gear that you have evolved. So this one came from of course 2 orange maxed out pieces of weaponry, right? And I used an insane amount of upgrade equipment scrolls to get 2 pieces of orange level 60 armor, level 60 weapons. So that's like a lot. Now if I evolve this, and then I recycle this, I won't get that what do you call this, all those gears back, right? All those equipment scrolls back, because it's gonna stay at level 30, right? So I'm gonna end up like with one purple level 30 upgraded gear, and if I recycle that, it will be the same as recycling 1 piece of level 30 orange gear, right? So it might be better. You might be better off, let's say, waiting for a level 60 piece of gear, or a level 70 even, if you can manage it, before you do evolutions. Because for example, right now I'm pretty much regretting evolving this guy, because I'm so close to getting a level 70 piece of weaponry, and if I recycle that, I'll just get half of the amount of equipment scrolls that I used to get to evolve the 6th level, the orange version of this, to purple, right? Sad. But anyway, that's what I learned from experience. Okay, so if you can manage waiting up to, waiting for your guild to go up higher in guild raids, maybe you can get like a level 70 piece of gear there, even though you can't quite do it on your own in your story instances. That's fine. That sounds like a plan. Okay, so that's basically my video for now. Evolution and fortification, and some tips. Have a good one.